Round 8 and the season finale of GT-MES Season 10 here at Le Mans. Gr2 Story taking first pole position of the season, while Ryslin Zaranov took the pole in Group 3. 1 hour special event with extra points on offer gets underway. Gr2 Story keeps their lead at the start from their rivals Sota and Rotary. The Hondas opted to use a pair of mediums at the start, so Rotary needed to make moves quickly on those two. And he did so with a move around the outside of Mulsanne corner on the opening lap. The Honda driver tried to retake the position, but on the outside of Indianapolis you could see fantastic commitment there. Next it was Gr2 Story who was in the lead. Rotary caught them on the softer compounder tyres. Tried another move going into Mulsanne corner like they did on the previous lap. It didn't work out for them though. And it actually turned out to be quite challenging keeping up with the leader throughout the lap for him. So Gr2 Story at this stage of the race holding the championship lead over their teammate after the early stages. Ryslin Zaranov managed to keep their lead from the start in the Group 3 category, but championship leader Wesley struggled at the other end of the field. Soon got worse for them as they ran wide and had a collision with the barriers, as you can see, at Indianapolis. Very heavy impact, big hit to them on their chances of taking the title. Amuda managed to move up to 3rd place, but after a bit of contact they spun off the circuit. Then Wise Guy made a move for podium place in the Porsche car side by side. A little bit of onion barges as they made their way through, but Wise Guy managed to make it work. After the struggles of Wesley early on, it was race leader Ryslin Zaranov holding the net championship lead in Group 3. Contact again sent Amuda off the circuit, and damage to O'Sully surely ended their title hopes. The race leader was now coming under attack from their teammate in the Audi. Fantastic battling between the two of them, although it did allow Wise Guy to catch up. There you see them in the background, and eventually would join this scrap. These guys going for some fantastic battling down towards the second chicane, and then 3 wide as they're coming up to Indianapolis. It was Ryslin just eking his way ahead on that occasion. Back to Group 2, and it was pit stop time. Sota was the first to come into the pit, so the leader's coming in a lap later. Rotary made an interesting call, only fueling for 1 lap, doing his mandatory stint on the mediums, and then returning to the pits, though it would prove to be a huge tactical error by them, cost them a lot of time. Sota had managed to get the undercut on their teammate, taking them into both the race lead and the championship lead. There you see the gap on the graphics, 17 points the difference if they finished as they were. Short-lived, as overtaking on the straight allowed Gr2 Story to take the lead, though Sota would fight back and get ahead again at the second chicane. And then down to the Mulsanne corner they went. They would swap yet again, just like the Audi pairing we saw earlier. Sota would be ahead by the time they got to Indianapolis, and the battle continued to rage on. Again, a little bit of a mistake by Sota at the second chicane that allowed Gr2 Story to move up. Gr2 Story was now in the lead, but he needed to beat his teammate's fastest lap to gain the critical extra points to take the championship. He went for it, setting purple sectors all around the circuit, but having a lap of back marker at the end of the lap cost him a lot of time. He kept pushing for another lap. No traffic this time around, and he set the fastest lap of the race, taking the championship lead. In the closing stages of the race, the gap had now grown too big for Sota to overtake his teammate. His only chance would be to get fastest lap back. And on the last lap, he set fastest sector times but it was not meant to be. The tyres had shot it, and he backed out of it. This meant that Gr2 Story could just cruise home to take his first championship after 7 long seasons. Race winner and Group 2 champion, Gr2 Story. In Group 3, the top 3 in category went for the pit stops, and leader Roisland Zaranov made a bold choice, same as Rotary earlier, 1 lap stint on the mediums. Wise Guy had managed to jump Nils in the pits, but the German quickly moved back ahead down towards the first chicane. When Zaranov came back to the pits, they rejoined in 3rd. Nils had taken the lead, but he needed to beat his teammate's fastest lap to at least tie him in points. But he could not do it. After having a go for a splash and dash, it allowed Zaranov to move into 2nd. This meant he could drive to the finish safely and take the Group 3 title in his debut season. But race win went for Wise Guy in McLaren, first win of the season for them. A great race to end the season, and after 8 races it is Gr2 Story winning Group 2 by 1 point, and Roisland Zaranov becoming the Group 3 champion. Honda secured their 6th manufacturer's title as well. From all of us here at GT-MES, we hope to see you when the next season gets underway.